Each fall, the Yale Law School hosts a student organization and journals fair. Student organizations and journals set up tables in the law school courtyard, and representatives from each group are available to talk with new students about what their groups do. There are about 50 student organizations and 9 student journals at Yale Law School, addressing a variety of topics. These groups offer outlets for real substantive discussion and experiences, and often are a great way for students to make connections with their peers.
We're the Yale Health Law and Policy Society. We're a brand new student group, just started last year because students sort of realized that there was no home for health law at Yale Law School. A lot of other clinics and groups did health-related activities, but we wanted to bring it all into one organization. And so we plan speaker events related to health. We have some medical legal partnerships where students get to work in healthcare settings directly with patients who have various legal issues. We have professional events where we meet alumni working in various capacities in health law after law school, and we just try to really provide a hub so that people know where to go if they have questions about how to get involved with health at Yale. Professors know who to contact if they want to bring a speaker in, and we just try to bring all that together.
Well, we're really kind of trying to expand our offerings as much as possible. Julian talked a little bit about the medical legal partnerships, which is where the law students go into a medical setting and work directly with patients or with attorneys who are working in a hospital at Yale New Haven Hospital and figure out how to refer patients to attorneys for their legal needs.
Most of our activities center around professional development. We have an academic committee, we have a community service committee, a social affairs committee, a political action committee. So most of our activities are featured around those 5 topics and issue areas, and we do a lot to build up the community so that people are prepared to do well and succeed here academically.
ATS has been around for a while, and it's generally the progressive law students organization on campus. And so we do a mix of student services events, we do job talks, clerkship talks, mentoring for 1Ls who are coming in and get their feet on straight. We also do a lot of substantive programming as well.
One of the things that we're most proud of is our Progressive Scholarship Workshop, where we have many different faculty members. They come and they present works that are new and have students critique them and engage with them, and it's a wonderful opportunity, especially for 1Ls, to get involved early with scholarship and also with meeting professors.
And our mission is to advance the status of women at the law school and in the legal profession more broadly, so in the government and law firms. We have all kind of events. We release the top 10 family-friendly firms list every year, where we survey law firm policies to see how family-friendly they are. That's a big undertaking, lots of events getting ready for that, and then a big launch. We also bring speakers to campus. We have some judges confirmed for this year. We have some different practitioners to come in and tell women law students what the different opportunities are and talk about some of the different challenges or obstacles they may face.
So the Federalist Society, the national organization, was founded at Yale Law School. Since then, it's grown to hundreds of law schools across the country. It's a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting diversity of ideas and ideologies at law schools, and especially promoting conservative and libertarian ideas.
So Outlaws at Yale Law School is basically the student organization for LGBT population, LGBTQ, and we try to promote events on campus or in the law school that specifically address legal issues or other issues related to LGBT communities, or also related to LGBT student life, and also in addition to sort of the more academic forums, we try to just be a social group. So everyone coming into the law school, especially the new students, feel like here's a group of people who might share an identity, and this is a good way to just meet people and make friends.
So the Yale Environmental Law Association traditionally has hosted a lot of speaker events where we're bringing in speakers to either talk on panels or at larger events we try to focus on some of the hottest environmental issues that are out there. We're also this year hoping to do some more action-oriented events, getting people involved in local and state environmental issues.
We are the co-chairs of the Yale Law Christian Fellowship, and we're committed to helping students engage with Christian faith and their law school experience. And so we have weekly meetings where we study the Bible and pray for one another. And we also host outreach events for people in the community. We volunteer at a homeless shelter together, and we also are involved with having fellowship opportunities for students within the law school.
So we're a student-run organization. We staff an office in the county courthouse, which is just a couple blocks from here. When people come in to apply for a restraining order, which is a protection order that says that like another person who has been threatening them or violent towards them has to stay away a certain distance. When they come in to apply, students help them go through all the forms and then write out their affidavit or their story for why they need it. That helps the judge make a decision about whether or not the order will be granted, since it's what's called an ex parte hearing where they don't hear from the other side. And it's a great opportunity to like start meeting with clients right off the bat, getting some introduction to what the courthouse looks like and how the court system works.
Well, I think a lot of us came to law school with the aspiration of building a career both in private practice and in public service, and we wanted a group where we could bring in speakers to meet with and engage with who had built those kind of careers themselves. So I think we're a generation of law students who grew up in the wake of September 11th, and the issues of the intersection of law and national security have been very present in our public policy issues that the country is facing with, and in a large part brought me and brought a lot of people to law school, and we wanted to build a home for people like that to meaningfully engage with those things when they were in law school.
We're the Yale Law and Policy Review. We really pride ourselves here at Yale on kind of looking at scholarship that's both ethereal and practical. Our big thing at this journal is that we sometimes feel like the practical gets lost, so we're really committed to publishing what we call policy pieces, which are submitted by practitioners and congresspersons, ambassadors, short pieces of scholarship that are very practical and that kind of make a comment about something that's going on right now. So that's sort of how we distinguish ourselves in a broad world.
I'd also say that the articles that we publish, instead of having the policy recommendations be just sort of like a little aside at the end of the conclusion, we actually look for that to be a more substantial part of the piece, that we're looking for authors to talk about not just what a problem is and how to think about it, but what they actually want to see done about it, which I think for us brings the scholarship down to earth and makes it a lot more interesting.
So RepLaw is the largest student-run progressive/public interest lawyering conference in the country. For me, it's an opportunity to think about the law in radical ways and to push back at some of the professionalization processes of law school, and to think about how I, as an attorney, might be more accountable to my clients in the communities that I want to work in as a public interest attorney.
The Yale Journal of International Law, also known as YJIL, is one of the umbrella international law organizations at YLS. It's the oldest specialized journal in the school, and we basically publish anything international law related. We've published about piracy, maritime law, cyber war, human rights violations, treaty interpretation. We've had professors, including Professor Cohen Hathaway of our school, write for us. We've had Judge Laval from the Second Circuit write for us, and it's a great way for 1Ls, I think, especially to get involved, especially their first semester when they have the strict curriculum of what they're supposed to do. They're able to maintain some ties to the international legal field.
Well, the Greenhaven Prison Project is a group of law students who's been visiting the Greenhaven Correctional Facility, which is a maximum security prison in New York, for about 30 years now. We visit an organization within the prison called the Project for a Calculated Transition, which is sort of think like an honor society of prisoners, an extracurricular group of prisoners that puts on programming within the prison. It developed out of the prison, or the Atticus prison riots, as part of a project to reform the prisons and create more opportunities for programming. And so out of its growth developed the relationship with Yale, and for many years folks have been going out there to visit with the prisoners, building relationships between the law students and the prisoners, and allowing us to meet people whose lives have been different than our own, and allowing the prisoners to interact with people outside the prison. And it's a really rewarding personal experience.